Trixter with Waiting in That Line. This is CVT Guitar Lesson for Robert. Robert, I think this is your first one, yeah? Thanks for your patience. Been hit hard here at RGL, man. But this song's awesome. It's got a lot of riffs. It wound up being 6 pages, 3 solos. That's with not doing the little outro solo. So a lot of stuff to work on. Tuning is flat, so a half step down on every string. And start with just a trail off slide, 12th fret E, and then section 1A, 1 second in. It's a E major, but you're actually hammering to it. 2A, 2D. I'd follow the fingering in your tabs as well, and strum them all, but hammer to the 1st fret G. Okay, and then you're gonna do that again, but you can start from the A string. You can eliminate the E strings if you can. So you'll have open 4-2-2 from the top string down. This is, yeah. So yeah. So your outline is going to look like this. And that's used in, you know, some really cool blues progressions. Kind of has a Van Halen vibe. Anyways, open 4-2-2. It's a hold, so you're going to strum it. And then open E, open B, 2G. So 5-5-4 ADG. It's like your E major shape. Strum A through B. And then as you're letting that ring, play the E and B. 4A, 2D and G. Same thing though. And then hammer that E major again. He'll go 2G, slide to 4. And then go 3B, open E. And that's an upstroke on that high E. 4G, slide to 2, pull off to open. 2, pull open D. So that second half is, and the whole riff slowed down at the end. It's cool, bluesy, pentatonic stuff. Section 1B, 10 seconds in. It's kind of the secondary guitar, but it was really kind of standing out. So 3B, open E, slide to 5. And then do it again, but slide back to 3. Try to keep that high E ringing. A lot of times with stuff like this, the players will end up muting it in processing. It kind of changes that whole feel. And then pick 3B, vibrato. And then 2G, open B and E, and we're going to bend it a whole step. I would probably go 2 fingers and go. Stop the note, and then do 2 more, but quicker. And then 2 without bending. And pull off to open G, so it's and then pull off 2D to open, and then open G, and then 4A, open D. Very cool again, because the open D should be ringing through this. 4-5-4 on a slide on the A string, and then pull off to the 2nd fret. 3, pull open E, 2D vibrato. So it goes. Alright, that ends that section. A lot of sections in here too. Now section 1C, 21 seconds in, it's more of the main groove based off of section 1A. So you do that hammer on E, and then hit the A, D, and G string. That's all the fretted notes. Palm mute the open E twice. So we have, and then hammer it again, A through B. Open E, palm mute once. So check it out. 4A, 2D, and G. If you can vibrato it, cool. And then hit it again. Palm mute the open E twice, hit the chord twice. So we gotta rush up. Think of an E major chord. This may help you get here quicker, but on the 5th and 4th fret. 5, A and D, 4, G. Strum those three. Hold it as you play the open E and B. Same thing on this chord. The 4A, 2D, and G. So we have... Now what I'm doing is kind of using my index to press 2 strings down so I don't mute out the B string. And then the open E, or the hammer onto the E minor, or E major. So you have... And then hit the A, D, and G string. And then, not real loud, you'll hear like a filler. You can just leave the E chord ringing or palm mute open E twice. And then go 3E, open A, 3E, bend. Moving on. They kind of run through that again, but solo 1 comes in on this part and it goes 9A, slide to 11, go 9, 11, D and G, but when you get to the G, hammer pull, so it's, and then 11 D. 9 hammer 11 G vibrato, and then 9 G vibrato. 12 B bend release, and then 5 times bend release. Whole step there. Top of page 3. This time you're going to do a 1.5 step bend. It's a 3 fret bend from 12th fret B, bending a B to a D note. We need that. And then a whole step. So, and then bend release pull off to 9. And then follow your picking here. It's going to be alternate picking for the second. 12 G, 9 B. And then 12, 11, 9, 11 G. Slide to 13. So. And then you'll slide from 11 G to 13. 12 B. Jump back to 11 G, bend release. To 9 G. Okay, you'll see some double dots here. Here's how he finishes this first solo. 10 B, bend release, pull off to 8. And then 9 G, do that 2 times. Section 2A, 41 seconds in. This is like the verse breakdown. And it's a D major. Go 2 G, 3 B, 2 E. Ooh, hold on here. This is 41 seconds in. So as we back up here, we have little fillers going on. You'll do the D major, the last 3 strings, and then hit it again, followed with 2 open Ds palm muted, and then the chord followed by another palm muted D. 2, 3, 3. That's a D suspended now. Last 3 strings. Strum it, and then go 3, 3, 3, 2, and then 2 on the high E, hammer 3, pull 2, and then 3B, open D. So it's, and then 3B, 2E. That open actually starts it over. You'll have no palm muting now. The chord followed by 2 open Ds, the chord 3, 2 to 3, 3. And then it ends the progression with a C add 9. That's 3A, 3B, and 3E. And what you want to do on this is play the root, which is the A string, and then the last 3 strings. And And then 3E, let that ring as you go 3-3, 3-2, 3-3. So it'll be. So you have that goes twice. Section 2B, a minute in. I think this is pre-chorus, and this is open A, 2D. It's like an old blues thing. So strum the A5, open A, 2D, and then open 4, palm mute the open A, and then go open 4, open 2. That's palm mute the open A once. Those things can be tricky because they pass so quick. 2-4 A, D. Lower your thumb because we got to stretch the 6th fret D. Keep the 2A. Twice, palm mute 2A. Go to 2-6 and 2-4. So that part is go. Again. If your thumb's not low, you probably won't reach that stretch. I've got it below the middle of the neck back there. Critical. Open E and 2A. Palm mute open E. So palm mute the open E, hit the power chord, and then on the A string go 4-5-5. You're going to play the open E with all of it. 2D twice. Here's that little subgroup. Okay, go up to E5 again. Palm mute open E. 5 pull 2A. 2D 3 times. If you have to, just subgroup them like that. Repeat them until you get used to it. Alright, double dots, you go back, play everything minus the star, and in place of that star we're going to have (5A), 4-7D, 4D, that's our first 4 notes, and then on the A string 5, 4, hammer 5, pull 4, slide 3. So 2A pinch harmonic vibrato. It's my favorite little riff in the whole thing. On the low E string, open 3, pull off to open, and then 3, bend, and go to 2D. And then you'll hit some repeats. You go to page 4. 2, 3. Page 4. 2A. You'll recognize this. This is a little filler we did earlier. So that's nothing new. Like a pick, scrape, and a slide. That's used on a different section. Minute 40 in, real short part. 5-5-4 on the A and D, twice. 4-2-2, twice. Bend the 3E, and then open A, 2D. So it's guitar solo time. This is the second solo, and it starts with unison bends, 12E, 15B. You're going to hit them both, but bend the B string. Again, again. So 3 times. You'll go. And then 4 times. 14G, slide 16. And then 15B up. Do that twice. So it's 16, slide to 14, pull to 12 on the G. So you'll go 14D. Or 14GD, and then 12G bend. So it's 14-12D, 14A, 12G, half step bend. Half step means 1 fret. Here's those 4 notes. Alright, so 14, 12, 14D. It's a nice subgroup, those 7 notes. 12G, 14D and G, and slide to 16. 15B. 16 slide to 14G. Go 12, 14 bend, and then a 12G, just a series of bend releases, okay? And that's in parentheses because as it's doing that, section 2A comes in and repeats. I just wanted you to be aware of that if you were playing along with it.